Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a reading update as well as a small book haul, well, small-ish book haul. And if I look at myself in the viewfinder, I apologize. I put my phone with the camera pointing on this side instead of this side. So I usually always look on the left side. I had to look to the right side this time. So if I look over, that's because I'm used to looking that direction, but I'll try to look over here. So I have read a lot since the last time I uploaded, and I actually finished 4 novels. Or 4 books. I finished 3 novels, or 1 novel, 2 novels, 1 novella, and 1 nonfiction book. So I'm going to talk about that, and then I'll talk about the book haul, which I did in Harlequin order. I got some from the Dollar Tree today, as well as I got some from the library. I'm going to try doing this all in one take, so if I stop talking and to think of my words or anything like that, I do apologize if that's not for you, but I just don't feel like editing because I'm in the middle of moving, and I don't really feel like sitting down to edit for a video, so this is gonna be like a one take type of thing. So if I pause, anything like that, that's why. If I have to stop the video for any reason, I'll just piece those 2 videos together, but it's gonna be fully unedited. So let's talk about what I read. So I just finished up, and I should have grabbed it. I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads here. I should have grabbed the book I just finished, but I finished. Sorry, my tablet for some reason is getting, I think it either needs like a software update or something like that, but it's not, it doesn't like to start going. If I'm using it, it works really good, but it doesn't like to just start going. So I just finished tonight Hard Riding Cowboy by Macy Yates, which is this book right here. This is book 2.5 in the Gold Valley series, and this book is Colton. No, is it Colton or Calder? Calder Reed. It's Calder Reed and Lauren's story. Lauren has come back to town. She is a widower, and she has 2 preteen daughters, and Calder is the kid that Lauren used to actually babysit, and they meet up at a local coffee shop, and he offers to help her fix up a house that she's trying to get a loan for. Basically, the house needs to be fixed, but the owners that are selling it don't have the money to fix it, and the bank will not approve the loan unless it's fixed. So he offers to help out. Obviously, things go to the romance level, and it is it was pretty steamy for a book, for a novella. It was, for being 80 pages, it was pretty steamy, but it was really good. I really liked the coupling together, and this is actually the first novella from Macy Yates, or any novella really, that I gave a full 5 stars. I thought the romance was really, really well written, and the conflict was really well written because it really came across. One thing I have trouble with novellas is the conflict part, because it's very fast, they're very fast reads, so I can never really give them a 5 star, but this one I did give a 5 stars. I really, really did enjoy it. I also read this month, which I just finished up earlier this month, Good Time Cowboy by Macy Yates, which is book 3 in the Gold Valley series. This book is, I should have grabbed the book over there, but this book is Lindy Parker and Wyatt Dodge's story, which is that book right there. I really love this one. It was probably my favorite in the series. I took my time with it. I wanted to read it a lot faster. It wasn't like that I was in a reading slump, which I am still in a reading slump, I would say, just because I'm not reading as much as I used to, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wanted to take my time with it. My book, instead of looking like the spine like this, brand new, it looks very bent up, which is usually a sign for me, which is a good book for me, because I will bend the spines of these until it's cracked and almost falling apart to tape it, because that means I'm enjoying it and I want to fully invest in the book. But I gave that one a full 5 stars as well. I really liked the romance. I really liked the whole conflict part of it, the whole kind of they both really liked each other, but they knew that they couldn't be with each other, so they kind of fake hated each other. I really loved it, and I definitely say this is one of my favorite series by Macy Yates. I love the Copper Ridge series. I have to finish that series, which is going to be my goal for next year. But absolutely love the series. I highly recommend them if you have not read any of them yet. I will say, This series does involve some characters from Copper Ridge, the Copper Ridge series. So if you don't mind being spoiled for that, if you haven't read the Copper Ridge series, go ahead and read this series first, because I do think this one is better than the Copper Ridge series, but I still say the Copper Ridge series is an amazing series to start. So the other book that I read was an ebook, which is a weird, very weird ebook, I almost said earbook, ebook, which is In Love with Alien Santa Claus by Zara Xenia, and I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Very, very weird novel. I did not think I was going to like it. I thought it was going to be one of those hilarious books that I just read to read, but I ended up actually really enjoying it. I did think it was very insta-lovey, and it was so creepy at times, because the alien Santa basically knew the main character since she was like 6 years old, and kind of like strangely kept tabs on her since she was like 6 years old. So that was kind of weird, but if you forget about that part, it was good, just kind of insta-lovey. It was very awkward reading a like steamy love scene with Santa Claus, but it was still very good at the same time, and I would recommend it if you have Kindle Unlimited. It's a fast read. It's 100 some pages long, but where does it say? Let's see, yeah, it's 178 pages long, but it took me about 3 hours to read because the chapters are about like 10 to 12 pages long. Quick read. It was enjoyable. The other book I read was a non-fiction book. I read this one Kindle Unlimited, but I'm going to buy it when I have extra money, and that is The Crystal Method, An Easier Approach to Getting Your Words Out by Crystal Diggs. If you don't know, Crystal is a booktuber, YouTuber. She goes by, I think, The Crystal Method on YouTube. So I definitely say check her out. She's a really good YouTuber, booktuber, overall YouTuber. And I really liked this book. It was really, really good. It was really enjoyable. I ended up giving it 5 stars, and the review that I wrote for it, let's see if I can scroll down for it. I wrote, this book is perfect for any person wanting to get into writing, or those who are veterans in the writing world, because it kind of covers the whole basis and the whole kind of map for writing and what you're going to need to get your words out and get your writing started, basically. So I definitely recommend picking it up. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have a subscription, I think it's $2.99 on Kindle, and paperback I think it's $10. It's really, really good, and I would recommend it. So if I pick anything up on my Kindle, it's probably going to be Black Rain by Eli Solaris there. I do want to get that finished up because I did start that one and I want to get finished up. It's not a Christmas book, but I do want to finish it up in the next month or so. So physical books, I think I'm going to stick with physical books probably until the move is done. I have 2 out. The one I'm going to start either tonight or tomorrow is The Snow Garden by Bethany Campbell. I showed this one in my last Friday reads. This is basically a hate to love story where they kind of butt heads a lot, and it's heady, and Ty's story has in the bottom because they kept like fighting a lot, and has, yet without him the house seems unnaturally quiet. Infuriating as he is, Ty radiated vitality and something elusive that reminded her of happier times when Christmas was filled with cheer. And this is an old classic kind of Harlequin romance from the 1980s. I'm looking forward to reading it because it's a shorter book, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it. If not, I'll just set it down, add it to my donation pile, and I will pick up the next book I picked out to read, because that is one I want to read, and that is A Tall Dark Cowboy Christmas by Macy Yates. This is book number 4 in the in the Gold Valley series, and then I'll also read the novella in the back, which is book 3.5, and then this is all that is out until next April, which I think book number 5 comes out, and that deals with Lindy's brother from book number 3, because something happens to him and he's now in town. So this one is on my list. This is Grant Dodge's story, and he is one of the characters that I'm really interested in, see how his story is and get into his brain and see from his eyes and his perspective. So that is currently what I'm reading. So now on to my book haul. The 2 books I got from the Dollar Tree today, I'm just going to show them first because they fell onto my lap first. And that one is Mary McNear, Up at Butternut Lake. This is about a widower and her son who moved back to her hometown, go on a summer trip to their, like, a family cabin, and she ends up meeting a guy, and then they kind of, you know, start the romance story. So I just grabbed it. It sounds good. The typical kind of romance. This is a Moro fiction. I never don't think I've ever read one of those branding before. Usually it's always like Avon or Harlequin. And this is a St. Martin paperback, and this one is A Gift from Tiffany's by Melissa Hill. This one sounds like it's 2 books in one. It doesn't say anywhere like there's a book list to it, but on the back it has like one couple story and another couple story. So I'm looking forward to read this one. Is a Christmas one, so I'm going to add it to my Christmas books just in case, because it does sound interesting, and one story does take place more towards Christmas Eve, so I might save it to the end of the month. So from the library, I grabbed 2 Nanny L. Steele novels. I'm trying to collect her books in mass market paperback. There's a whole bunch of always like hardcovers there at the library, but I want to try collecting them in mass market because these fit on the shelf. She has like almost 100-some books out, and 100-some paperbacks or 100 mass market paperbacks are easier to collect than hardcovers. So I grabbed A Good Woman and The Wedding. This one was published in in 2000, and this one was published in 2009, so it's one of our newer ones. I don't know the description of them because they're usually on the back in here, but I usually don't really read description. I just read the names and then go by that. And then they had one Debbie May Comer that looked really interesting, and that is Rose Harbor in Bloom. This is part of the Rose Harbor series. I think it's book number 2. So I'll read it. If it's interesting, I'll grab the first and third book. And then my library also had a whole bunch of Nora Roberts books, and it's actually funny because I was like when the whole like Nora Roberts and Tommy Adeyemi thing went down, or like that, or whatever that stuff went on Twitter, and they had like a whole section put out in the library. So someone at the library might have been on that book Twitter thing, or just it was a coincidence. But I ended up finding 4 books. I found Spotlight, which is I think the newest one, Getaway, the McGregors, Robert and Sybil, and Stolen. So for my Harlequin order, I want to redeem some points, and then I found that they were doing a buy 2 get 50% off your entire order for November 30th. So I was like, I might as well take advantage of that. Instead of getting 2 books that I was going for, why not add a whole bunch of order onto it instead? Because why not? I also did an order for my mom because she likes Christmas Amish books, so I ordered her all of the Christmas Amish books that were out that seemed interesting or that seemed like she would want to read. So I ended up actually grabbing 2 by accident, and I also now have a copy of an Amish Christmas Memories by Vanetta Chapman, and this is one of the larger print ones because she has to read larger print. But I do love the Amish books as well. I do love the Love Inspired series because they're usually just very fast, easy, fun romances. And then the book that I wanted to do the order for was Want Me Cowboy by Macy Yates. This is book number 5 in the Copper Ridge Desire series. The only one that I am missing in this one is, I think, Claim Me Cowboy is the only one that I'm missing, and that one I found on Amazon in paperback for $3, as well as I found it's coming out in a dual book, like a Diana Palmer, and then it's coming out with the Claim Me Cowboy in the back of that one. So I'll either pick one of those 2 up by the next few months, and then I want to pick up Dolores Fawson's Lone Star Blues, a Wrangler Creek novel. This is book number 5 in the Wrangler Creek novel with, I think, book 4.5 in the back. I have books 1, 2, 3, 4, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, and this is the 5th one. So I think this is all in the whole series. Now I can finally start the whole series because with for some reason I can read other authors out of order, but when I read Dolores Fawson's novel, I want to read them in order because I just feel like she writes more continuation, I guess you could say, if that makes any sense. Then I also seen this one, so I had to grab it, which is A Choir of Angels, 3 books in 1 by Debbie Maycomber. This is a Surely Goodness and Mercy novel, or novels, and I love those 3 angels. They are amazing characters and amazing stories, so this is going right on my list. If I don't actually like this book, I might start this book and this book at the same time, because I had to return one of my Debbie Maycombers to the library because we're moving, and had these 3 angels in there, so I might keep this book out to read them, because it's not a Christmas time season without Surely Goodness and Mercy at least one time in the reading universe, or my reading universe. And then I seen 4 Harlequin intrigues that were Christmas, and it was part of a series, and it was a 6-book series. At least 6 books are out, and the first 2 books weren't Christmas books, but they did have them. So I picked up the Crisis Cattle Barge series by Barbara Han and Nicole Heim. I like Nicole Heim. I haven't read Barbara Han before, but that series has Sudden Setup, Texas Grit, Murder and Mistletoe. I love that name of this one. Kidnapped at Christmas. I usually don't like to read kid story ones, but this one sounded like really amazing. Bulletproof Christmas, and Wyoming Christmas Ransom. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. I don't think I'll get to this series until probably January or February, because I do want to, since I have the whole series now, I do want to read it in order. So I probably won't get to this until January or February, but I told myself that I'm reading all my Christmas books, or until I get Christmas out, and all winter long, because I like the Christmas books. So that is it for today's video. I hope you like this kind of currently reading update. I do not know if I will get any books or videos done until maybe after Christmas on this channel. I'm going to try to film here and there. It might be just quick, like portrait mode uploads from my phone. Just like a brief, like I did last Friday reads, because, excuse me, hiccups. Because, with moving and stuff like that, because we're moving on the 15th. So I'll try to get an update up on the 22nd type of thing, but if not, I'll definitely have a video up by the end of the year where I discuss some of my favorite books as well as my reading goals for next year, because I do want to get my reading back on track. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry it's unedited, because I just don't feel like editing right now. So until next time, I hope you all have an amazing day, evening, wherever in the world, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And I really need to flip this phone over to this side again, because this feels very awkward. So until next time, hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.